No, this is you're our first return guest so far. I mean,
Ah,
first time. Well, I mean, aside from my co-host who does the other show, but yeah, we
okay.
haven't done return guest.
Okay,
But good,
great.
good. How have you been?
Fine. I'm fine. I'm in the south, as I told you.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to move from Paris because, with the crisis, it's not necessary to stay in the big city, to have an expensive flat,
No,
expensive rental, small place, noise. So I'm great now. Yeah.
you see that a lot in also in people moving out of California, for example, going towards like you know realizing. I think back in the day, there are certain places you had to be, like
Yeah.
certain major cities you had to be to make it. And then once people made it, you already see like the huge names. They just start moving back to other places and places where they grew up. And
Mm,
I think maybe now in our generation, people are realizing that it's not like with how interconnected everything is. Maybe you don't have to necessarily be in the city.
yeah.
You can be there occasionally. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And if you have something to do in Paris, for example, it's not a problem. You take a train and then you do what you have to do. And
Mm-hmm.
then you go back in your big place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
With a
important to have
garden.
a place where you feel in peace and to have space, to have
Mm-hmm.
a room to work.
Yeah.
Because in Paris, I only had one room. So living room, bedroom,
Mm.
everything at the same place.
Oh, I can relate. In Amsterdam,
Yeah.
we have some of the craziest prices I think in Europe. Probably
Mhm.
Paris is similar to Paris. But I mean, I'm lucky I've been in this place for a long time. So we got the old like rent from 6 years ago, you know.
Mhm.
But also, if you look at buying properties, it's just crazy. Like I'm looking into buying property that's about maybe 10 minutes by bicycle from here. So it's technically outside of Amsterdam, but it's still really like in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
it differs. Like you pay maybe 100K less just
Mm.
because it's the zip code isn't or the postal code isn't Amsterdam. Yeah.
Mm. Europe is very expensive, actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can understand the creative field has been killed, over the last year. I mean,
Mm.
you were riding a good momentum, and I would say you still are because you did the music video, you did the
Yeah,
release. Well, that was big. What did
yeah.
you? When did you do that? When did you shoot it?
It was in Toulouse in January, in December.
Mm.
December. So Toulouse is my hometown actually. So I shot it with Mathilde, Johan, Alexandra
Mm-hmm.
in a car breaker. So I wanted to have a kind of underground atmosphere with old school hints. So yeah, I think it's illustrates well the song.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. How did you? So talk about 2020. You were like since our interview, you had all these
Mm-hmm.
plans, and how much of it were you able to materialize? Um, how much of it, what happened after that, after the interview?
Yeah, it was in May or June, I think, 2020.
June, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, just after I was because I have been sick with COVID.
You too.
So yeah, it
I
was
had
in May,
COVID as well.
end
Yeah.
of the first lockdown. Uh, I was sick, so everybody was free to go, and I was still isolated. Great,
Oh.
yeah, but no, it was not a problem because when you are, this is when I worked the hardest actually because I had nothing else to do, so I
Yeah.
was home working. And isolation can be tricky sometimes because it can play with your brain. It's very special, especially when it's forced. Like if it's not your
Yeah.
choice to be
Yeah.
isolated, and
Absolutely.
when you have to because someone tells you you have to be isolated, sometimes it can be tricky. But it was great. Yeah, I worked a lot. I took time to schedule some release for 2021 to improve many things, and I've learned a lot actually because it's been a while since I didn't release a song.
Mm-hmm.
September, it was September, and I took this time to learn, and I learned so many things. I think it's important as well to focus and to think about what you can improve, what you made wrong, what you make correctly. So yeah. And now I'm about to release a new song. So it took time, but I will release a new song in May.
Do you have storylines for these songs you make?
The new one?
Yeah, just in general. Do you generally? Because I remember, I think last time we spoke, you said it's more about a feeling for you.
Yeah.
The songs you make. But is there any sort of hidden meanings you try to hide in there, in your music, or?
Well, the only meaning is I'm trying to explain to the people how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So when I write a song, it's often related to the exact things that I'm feeling at the moment. Mm-hmm. So the next song is more positive. It's more good feel song, an uplifting song. So it's about love and light, which is, I think, the first time I'm writing about that.
Okay. What prompted that? What motivated that?
I think it's because I wanted to honor the people who we have. Often we have people around us who help us stay strong or have hope, or they bring light into our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to focus on the positive things and the positive people around me rather than the contrary, because I tended to write only about what was hurting or what was bad in my life. And then I wanted to change and to honor the things or the people who bring light to my life. And I don't have a lot, but the few people that I have around me, they are people who help me and I help them, I think, in return. So this is an exchange with the people. And I just wanted to speak about that and say thanks with a song.
I think it tends to be the case for people who surround themselves with smaller circles that, just, I feel having a lot of people, like maintaining relationships with people takes so much energy. And if you have less, I think you have more energy to give to those few people than spreading it amongst all the others, And of course, there are always going to be some that are, I think, closer than others. But it's interesting that I think COVID made you realize that more. And I think with a lot of people, including myself, building bridges again with people that I lost touch with. And, maybe makes you see more of the blessings you have, counting the blessings you have instead of focusing on the things that are missing that we were always trying to fill back in the day. So I'm curious to see what, how your song is and how it changes the feel of the beat, Yeah.
I will send it to you. You will see. I will send it. I will send the private link.
Nice. And we will share as always when it's released.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
What was it? The French word, you're welcome, is
merci beaucoup. Yeah, thank you very much.
And you're welcome is
je t'en prie.
Je t'en prie.
Oui, je t'en prie.
I took French I took French in school. I had it for
like
till 7th grade maybe, and I don't remember much, but I guess I can understand a lot of it when when it's spoken to me, but I wouldn't be able to even say a proper sentence.
Tu peux pas parler, par exemple. Si je te parle là, tu vas pas comprendre ce que je dis. Si?
Yeah, so it's like if you speak to me, I understand, but I can't speak it to you. That's what you're saying?
Something like that,
More or less. Okay, see, that's the thing. Yeah.
I speak French with a South accent. I don't have the Parisian accent, so I have the South accent, actually.
Is it a lot? What are the biggest differences?
Yeah, it's like, for example, the bread, Parisian accent would be le pain, and the South accent would be le pain. It's more le pain. We are more a singing kind of accent.
It's kind of like, it's like the English Southern accent a bit, like it has that little, like, the country in it, kind of. But not like, I'm not saying not like a farmer accent or anything, but
I know.
Yeah. Because the Dutch have very differing accents. Like all the way in the south, you get like super farmery, and then it's like almost German, and the G's are, because the G's are
Yeah,
really hard. They're like ha here, and then down there it's like it becomes really like soft G's.
Dutch
But it's
is
an
really
ugly language.
it's a really special language, Dutch.
Yeah, but it's like it's it's kind of like when people are saying I'm learning Dutch, it's like, and unless you're gonna settle and live in Holland, then I don't know what you're gonna use it for, but because it's it's not the prettiest, so it's always gonna be better than German though, I think.
No, I
No?
speak German, so I would
You like German?
more into German.
I was talking about how the other day with an artist I manage about just languages, how if you speak every language, you know how to speak every language in the world or most languages in the world, you're just destined to be successful. We had that theory. Because,
Mm,
I mean, if you were saying, like, how many millionaires are there in the world that don't speak English and don't speak each other's
yeah.
language, if you can be the
Mhm.
person that connects them and sort of makes that happen,
Yeah.
stuff like that, yeah, there's a lot you can do. But
Okay,
how
for tomorrow I'm gonna learn Chinese, I think.
Chinese is,
An idea.
yeah, you can make a,
And Dutch.
yeah. If they have a French artist that can do Chinese music, you know how much of a hit you would be over there.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so.
Speaking of, so 2020, so what was the scene like? What were your expectations in Paris? From Paris, maybe the city, and why were those expectations not met, and led you to moving away?
Expectations about. Um, I mean, I would have loved to be more on stage,
Mm-hmm.
which was not possible. In August, I had one stage during the summer, last summer, August,
Mm-hmm.
and otherwise it's been 1 year since I never
For
went
everyone,
on stage.
for
So,
everyone.
but I had
And
no expectation because I just try to adapt to the situations.
yeah,
So the most important for me is still being able to create, to work, and to release music.
yeah.
And I have time to prepare my concerts, the next live shows that I will have. They are
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be tight. They're supposed to be perfect because I have time to work on that. So
Yeah.
that's the challenge. It's to be better than you were last year.
What other advice do you have for artists that What are other things you can do on the side that relates to your artistic brand, maybe that aren't necessarily creating music and doing live shows that will grow your brand as an artist? What other things would you like to do on the side? And you could take your time to think about.
Yeah, you said the question again?
If what other things you can do on the side that relates to you as an artist or that can add to your brand that aren't necessarily making music, that can help your brand on the side.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you have a lot. Artists nowadays, they have brands, like outfit brands too.
So that's something you would like to do?
Maybe, but not now. Now I just need to
But I
be
mean, like
perfect
now.
in the arts. But I would like to. Yeah, I would love to have a brand. I have some ideas, and also to write or produce for other artists as well. So this is also a thing. Yeah, I would love to do.
As far as the creative process you wanted to discuss, I know the creative process of being an independent artist now. How has that changed? How has it changed during these times? Because I imagine, like, before, you can like really meet up with a lot of creative people, maybe brainstorm or work together, and then you get inspired by your own, right?
Yeah, but now what changed is, and so you realize you can have more connections because, for example, when before the situation, I was afraid to talk to people, even on Instagram or on internet. I wasn't the kind of person who were like, "Hi, my name is na 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 na." But now I'm not. I was too shy about that. Now I dare to send message to the people because I know they are more connected to their phones. So this is a thing. And for example, for the upcoming song, I'm working with an international team. So one is in Greece, the other one is in London.
Okay.
And I made the mixing and mastering, for example, in London. So I'm more connected with the people right now. But the thing is, as everybody is on internet, so we have a lot of release. This is the difficult things, is that as an independent, you have to how to stand out from the crowd, because it's a crowded market. It is a crowded market since a lot of time, and right now it's like a very crowded market. So you have to think about how to stand out from the crowd, and I think you have to learn more. You have to know how to self-motivate.
Yeah.
You have to build a better version of yourself, and you have to be aware that you don't know everything. You have a lot of things to learn, and I've learned so many things. Sometimes it's not comfortable for yourself to be able to acknowledge that maybe this time I have been wrong, maybe I could have been better, but it's something you need to understand, and it's not a problem. On the contrary, this is a positive point when you know that you have a lot of things to work and you have a lot of things to learn and to be advised. And being an independent artist is like being an athlete or a businessman or a businesswoman. So you have to train, you have to work, you have to be aware of your environment. You have to.
It's entrepreneurship. I mean, essentially, you're trying to make a living doing the thing you want to do without having a boss. You know.
Oui, yeah, and you know that.
It's
I think it's the same.
Yeah, it is very much so, and the whole industry. I think every individual in the industry is like an entrepreneur. Whether it's like the agent, the manager, of course, is like an entrepreneur. The producer, the artist themselves, the label head. Every single person is one entrepreneur working on sort of a contract basis, I feel. So, and it's about getting those elements together.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to realize that, whereas like before in 2020, maybe before I don't know if the pandemic directly related to it, but it made people realize it more, that everyone was always competing with the next person or the other artists around or the other companies around that do the same thing. And I've always been of the belief, and I think now more people are open to the belief because I'm noticing it with projects coming in now, that it's better to collaborate with your competitors than compete with them, in a sense.
Correct.
Because it's as simple as combining forces and teams and minds. And as you said, nobody knows. Like, you know something they don't know, they know something you don't know, and now you know more together. You know.
And sometimes you don't know what you don't know. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah, you know, it makes total sense. Yeah.
But yeah, the only
and
person
you don't know that you don't know the thing is what you're saying, you know.
That is what I meant. Yeah, but the only person you have to compete with is yourself, actually.
Yes.
Because it's a lost battle to compete with it. So it's a lost battle. Yeah.
And now, do you notice with because more people are using social media to connect and more people are posting and promoting on social media, that you see other people you learn from? Like you see things that are cool, that inspire you and make you realize that you didn't know certain things?
Yes, like a lot. I don't know if I have an example, but it's every day when I connect or when I speak to someone, I learn something. Like, you can learn from everything every day.
Yeah.
Every minute. The way the people promote the music on social media, because I'm not really into social medias, actually. So I'm always learning about the tools we have. It's always evolving. You have new platforms like TikTok. Sometimes I don't want to use new platforms because I feel it's not my age. I feel like I'm already old, but I need to learn how it works.
How old are you now, if I may ask?
Something between 20 and 30.
Okay, we're in the same age
then. Maybe less.
maybe more,
maybe less.
No, okay.
How old do you think I am?
I think you are 25. I'll be safe.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. You are
Yeah.
far
Well,
from the reality.
I mean, I look younger than I am too. I'm 28. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
older,
Yeah. Okay, so you're 29. No.
a bit older.
Nah, maybe. But whatever. Like TikTok, you said. Hmm?
Yeah, it's not. That's not important.
Interesting though. Interesting.
Mhm.
But I see, like with TikTok, everyone is trying to make me push TikTok because the good thing about that I hear, and I haven't made an account yet, and every time the same person keeps asking me, "Have you made an account yet?" It's like I don't know what to do with it. I want to put like they tell me if I put clips on it of the podcast or something like that,
Mhm.
the algorithm works so well that even people with no following can get like 80,000 views just like that.
How?
You
How
know,
come? How?
but I don't know how the algorithm works, but apparently if you do maybe take a clip of a song of yours and make a sort of meme of yourself like as a
Ah.
video and it can go viral easily if you use the right hashtags and or tags. I don't know if these hashtags, you know.
Mhm.
And a lot of people use hashtags that are not related to it as long as they're trending, and then they already get the
Ah.
viewership. Apparently it works like that. And yeah,
Mhm.
if you make it more personal, I guess people will follow you, will be inclined to follow you, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
How it works.
But what was I gonna ask? This was about TikTok,
Yeah.
or something similar. Um, no, yeah. So how about like what's your preferred way to network with these people? Like I know the probably it's through Instagram, through messages, but now that people are more comfortable just approaching random people they want to work with.
Mhm.
Like how do you go about it? How do you go about reaching out to someone that you might think might help or you might be able to help them?
Yeah, just say hi. I introduce
Just
myself,
go.
and then talk, and then if you have something in common, then we can work out something.
Like,
But
do you? Okay, continue. Yeah.
no, tell me.
No, like I was thinking if you do have if you already have a idea in mind of how you can work together before you approach them, or you just go in there hoping they have a sort of idea to run by you or something.
Yeah, all depends on the person I'm
Mm.
reach I'm trying to contact. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean sometimes we share ideas or but the thing with internet, I still prefer to see the person. It's
Yeah.
not I know it's not possible right now, but when you speak with internet, sometimes it can create misunderstandings
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
yeah, and yeah. So at the same time, it's better to be able to meet the person, but
Mhm.
if you can't, you do with what you have. But
To have
yes,
a call, maybe video call. Does that work?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for as well, yes.
Mm-hmm. And what is some of like the biggest still struggles you find right now? Like what do you really need help with? I think I would ask.
The biggest issue like I have in my creative process.
Is it the creative process?
No, no, you
No,
said
just
sorry.
like in general, like for your career,
Ah,
like yeah,
mm,
is there anything what are the major points that you need help with and that you still would
uh,
like to connect to people with?
let me think. I think it would be able to learn more about the technical points, like because being an artist is not only taking a mic and singing. So you have to be aware about the mixing, the
Mm-hmm.
mastering, the technical points. So I know I need to have more, I need to learn more about everything that is related to engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Another point is, of course, the financial,
Yeah.
because you have to, but this is, I mean, it's,
Well,
you have to be able to pay for your work
mm-hmm.
and be aware that maybe you won't have the money back. So this is a point that you need to.
Yeah, risk versus reward, sort of finding out if it's worth the investment on the maybe benefit that you're gonna get of it in terms of recognition, you know?
Yeah.
Or
Mm,
it's like this tour we were like just briefly talking about. If you would come to Amsterdam, in the end,
mm,
like we have to also be realistic about how many people are gonna be allowed in certain venues, and I have nobody still knows like how many people are going to be allowed, which means that translates to negative ticket sales and stuff. So you would have to, but in the end, it's always worth getting that recognition and that content out there, and the new followers you'll get, and probably the new network you'll make, and maybe see it as a networking trip.
mm.
But then again, it's also still money that you're technically throwing away.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is for me. I mean, the money doesn't really matter at the same time. Is that it's important for you to be able to record and to release music.
Yeah.
But then I'm not expecting money to come back now. Like, I just want to create and to release music and to perform. This is what matters actually. So
Mhm.
I'm not doing music because I think I'm not doing music because I want to have money. I think this is a result. This is
Yeah.
a result. Like if you can pay your rental with music, that's fine. But I think this is the result. But the first priority is just releasing music, maybe inspiring people. It's more powerful than having money with it. I don't know how to if you.
No, I think that's the right mindset. I think if you go in it aiming to do it for the money, that's you're already going the wrong way. At least you won't have
Yeah.
longevity, and that's with everything, not just with music. I think any business you're starting yourself, it's you just need to focus on the things you need to do it right, and to get the thing running, and to follow your vision no matter what it costs. I think, and not get diverged towards doing, because there's a lot of things you're gonna do for money that aren't related to maybe your business or aren't the primary thing. And I can relate to that because, like, for example, like a lot of times we do like these corporate shoots and stuff that pay well, but it's not the main aim of the business. Like if I could move away from that eventually, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm using that as the fund to sort of make sure the other ones end up making money.
Of course.
And the way, for example, this podcast is gonna start making money would be to just keep doing it, putting the content out there, and having a plan for it to grow, but through maybe networking, through keeping sharing it and stuff. But in the end, the most important thing is the product.
Yeah, I feel you. Yes.
So this is not something, and just so everyone knows, this podcast isn't making money. It's the other things the business does that is making money. But the goal is, if I could do this podcast for the rest of my life and have that be the main source, like that would be the one.
That's the results. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And of course the artist management. I mean that is still but I'm not even saying that because it's not lucrative right now because of the industry, because of how it stopped. But
you want to build a management company?
We do management, yeah. We do management, but I want to expand the roster. I would like to manage more people. I would like to move into athletes as well. But like those are the things I'm saying, like that those are my passions. Like those are the things that I would like to make the primary income and keep the primary income. Then I'm happy. Then I don't care how much actually we do. I mean, I'll always try to grow and make more, but it's not the goal. If I stay at a certain income maybe while doing those things for a long time and I'm comfortable living, that's good enough,
Yeah, I feel you. That's it.
So how did you fund your work? Like where did you used to get the funding from as well to do your project?
I'm working on some project aside, but I'm organizing myself every day. So
because here's a question we have with my artists also is, especially now, like we have such a huge project coming, but we still need, like we need quite some funding, and there's all these like art foundations and stuff,
I never did this kind of stuff like fundraising or
so if you have these organizations that just sort of invest, let's say, into certain artists just for the arts, because they get a budget every year, but then they always end up giving it to people they know or you
I
know,
think I end
family.
up being the producer
Hmm.
on the platform. Like, what is the name of the platform who makes a fundraising for artists? I don't remember. You have a Kiss Kiss Bank Bank.
Stuff like that. And there
Yeah.
was the Royal Art Fund, it is, but that's in Jordan.
Yeah, I never, yeah, I would take a
But
look. But you have to invest with what you can. And if you cannot do it, you still, it's you. If you have inspiration and you are creative enough, you can find a way to create and release music with a small budget. You don't
yeah,
have to spend thousands of euros. It's not. I think it's useless. At the same time, you're gonna. Some people may just, for example, if you pay $10,000 for a video clip, 10,000, yeah, like that. Okay, is it really? I mean, all depends on your level. All depends on your level, but you can even with 100. I think you can do something if you are creative enough. So sometimes you don't need a lot of money.
so that's how you, because we'd be doing like 7 tracks, and we actually want like at least 5, maybe for all 7, do music videos. And if each music video, the ideas can't share too much, but it's just going to be different styles. So there would also be an animated video in there, you know. So that's
Yeah,
gonna
for your artist.
cost some. Yeah,
Okay.
and we're now, you know, just trying to find whatever we can to make sure that happens and materializes financially. But I was just wondering what your
But
advice would be.
if you are creative, you can even take your phone, you go on the street and you you shoot the guy, but you have to.
Yeah.
This has to be a concept, otherwise nobody will understand. So you can create something like you don't have to. I think sometimes with €0, you can do something.
Yeah, yeah. We've done that. But at some point, like, the goodwill runs out, I feel like sometimes, like, you've used your favors, sort of, and then you need to somehow return the favor to the other people. How'd you do it for Take a Ride? How
Yeah,
did
I
you?
was a friend of mine, so I had a small budget, but we did. I think I'm very happy about the result,
Yeah.
and it's just a matter of being creative and having some ideas, and then you go for it, and yeah. So we asked the corp breaker if we could shoot the video in their place. They said yes. So
Awesome.
this is good luck, but yeah, they said yes, and yeah.
Where'd you get the
So
outfits from? The outfits were really cool.
yeah, thank you. The designer, she's Alexandra. The brand is called Maison Chardon.
Okay, and so that's someone you had in your network, a friend,
It's
or is it?
thanks to Mathilde, the video director. She's Mathilde Verune, and she introduced me to Alexandra for the
Cool.
clothes.
Well, hopefully, but that's a really good project for their showcase as well. If they want to get like do similar future projects, then you know. And what was the concept behind that song? Was it just a fun track you did, or
It was more. I was not sure I wanted to release it actually, and
the video or the song?
the song. And it was just for me a way to say fuck to the situation, like the at-home situation. So it was just fun. And then I saw the reaction when I released it on the social medias and on the platforms. I saw that people, they loved the style, the old school touch. They loved it. So I was like, okay, let's make a video clip for it. And yeah. So for a song that was not supposed to be out, you know, eventually it became
took a life of its own.
Yeah, eventually it became an important song for me. Yeah.
And how'd you come up with like the sort of the storyline or the storyboard for the video?
C'est Mathilde Verune.
She did it. Okay, so she did the whole.
She's founded the idea, yeah, and the place. Yeah.
That's cool. No, that's very cool to have. But that's it. You know, if you have, if you just surround yourself with a bunch of creative people, just recognize their talents. Just you know,
you have
just
to
keep those people around.
An artistic vision, like a connection.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Like maybe she wouldn't work well with someone else, but then you guys are in sync
Yeah.
creatively, and it just flows easily.
Yeah.
It's like some people I work with, videographers who are just I can just leave, because I'm very um I'm not a control freak, but I like when that's my project, my vision. I have to be hands on the whole time. But there's
It's
just
more,
like a few people, two people that I can say, here's the idea, do whatever you want, and I
yeah,
trust it. It's gonna be amazing, you know.
it's rare, but it's not
It's rare,
often.
but hold on to those people, you know. Yeah,
Wait, that's right. Yeah.
cool, man. Is there anything else you still want to share?
So yeah, no, I'm excited about my next release in May. So I will send
Yeah,
it to
let's talk
you.
about that.
And I'm working on a visual theme, sorry, which is more. I wanted to approach the visual arts, and I worked with a visual artist for the cover art and the social media's pictures. So yeah, I'm curious to know about the reaction about that. Yes.
Awesome. And so what's changed in that project in regards to other projects?
I think that's the visual. That's a
There's the
visual
visual part. So
into
you
visual
think
art.
you put more importance on the visual part here in this one than the musical aspect, maybe?
Yes, I think the
And they
visual.
need to go hand in hand.
So I think that's the visual and the team around the song as well, because I worked with several persons on the project. So the same producer, which is Broken Shadow, and as well we have Jonas, who made some additional productions and mix and mastering with Denmark Studio, London studio. So I think the song is has reached another level regarding the mix, the mastering, and as well as the visuals. Yes,
That'll be awesome. And then
but I hope
what's the promotional plan for that? Like how do you plan on sort of rolling it out and releasing it?
I will release in early May. So as always, as independent for the moment, and yes, I will promote it as I do, as always. Just trying to reach the right medias for this project and make sure the song is listened.
Yeah, because I was wondering. I always wonder about how people, what they do with things after they release them. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, but it's a whole difficult, side of the business as well. So yeah,
You promote it before the release and then you promote it after, and if you can, you have to make different versions of the songs to continue the process with the same song, And yeah, you send email, you say, hi, I'm here is the song. So you try not to send too many emails. You still do. And yeah, I will contact the person that I know, that I already work with. So yeah.
I think it's always cool when you encourage people to remix your music for perhaps. So maybe that would be something you can do on TikTok, like be you challenge baby producers and DJs to make their own versions of your song, or artists that you like that do different genres to make different genres of your music.
You can make featuring. For Take a Ride, for example, I made a version with an English rapper.
Yeah.
And I think it's another way to present your song as well. So it's a mix of genre.
Like yeah, cross promotion.
So you're trying to find some ideas for your next releases, right?
I am trying to find ideas. I'm always trying to. What interests me is always with anyone is trying to find out of the box ways to promote. Like I think about their projects and then how would I deal with it? How would I promote it? I'll pretend like it's my own,
Yeah. So it seems like you have a lot of projects of your own. You have the
right now?
show, you have the artists.
Yeah, especially since I came back from Jordan, I was extremely motivated. Just a lot from Jordan. That's where my family is. That's where I was. Like I spent 3 months there.
Okay.
I was supposed to be 1 month, And then the first week I was there, the plane was cancelled back because Holland, closed the country again, so there were no more direct flights.
Mhm.
Then I started projects there because the thing there is like things happen. Like the mentality is different. People are different. You meet someone, you meet their friend, and then you're best friends with them already, and then you talk about work, and you're already working together the next week. So it was a lot going on there, and some of them are still ongoing. Then I got COVID, so I had to quarantine, and that took me out for a while. And then I decided, spend time there. It was great to be there. It was open. The country was open. Eventually, I just had to just bite the bullet, just like I have to just decide on a day to go back because I was just super excited to get back to work, And I had a project lined up that would start in April. We just finished, so yeah.
Great. So how was it with COVID? Like you didn't work when you were sick?
No, so most of the time there I was not working until it was just such a getaway, like for your mind as well. It's like enjoy going out again. Just to a restaurant was so special.
No, when you got sick.
No,
so you didn't work.
No. When I was sick, but it wasn't that bad. The weird thing is that I was in I was getting a scratchy throat. I just woke up with a bit of a scratchy throat. It was nothing bad, but I thought, oh, maybe I'm getting a little cold because it's not too bad. And we were supposed to go to have dinner with the family, by the sea, which was 45 minutes by the Dead Sea. So we were in the car. We were wearing the mask. I was wearing the mask in the car though, but I was in the car with my family. We went out to dinner. So I was around them the whole time. Then later that night, I had a football match to play with friends and family. So there you're having contact with everyone. I don't know how I did it because I started feeling so bad right before. And then later that night, I had a huge fever. And it was really bad for 1.5 days. And I tested positive. But nobody else I was around anywhere in the football field, anyone from my family had it. Even after I was sick, the whole time I was there, I was in the house with them. Nobody got sick.
Yeah, same for me. So my family, they had nothing. So.
Yeah. But you stayed probably mostly in your room, right?
Yeah.
Did you lose taste? I lost taste and smell.
Just one. During 1 hour.
What?
Yeah.
I wish I had that.
Nothing.
For me, more than 3 weeks, I think. I couldn't taste anything. Yeah.
Wow, just 1 hour was weird, and then.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, it's a weird disease. It's because the strain you have now is a lot of people are dying from it. Especially again, within my own circles, I see people's parents are dying, and people's it's if this version is definitely the one we have to be careful of and have more precautions of. The previous version, I'm starting to believe, the whole world was exaggerating so much about. Even though people were still dying from it, it wasn't this is the next level, I feel, of it.
And the question for you is, will you make the vaccine? Because if you want to organize a concert or do a concert by yourself, and they tell you, okay, you can do it if you have the vaccine done. So
yeah.
What about the vaccine?
I was doubtful, but I'll do it. I'll do the viral vectors. There's different ones. There's the Pfizer and I think Pfizer and Sputnik. I think the Russian one and Pfizer are viral vector. That's the traditional vaccine where they give you a weakened dose of the virus, and your body recognizes it. So I don't know if you've been vaccinated as a child. Did you get vaccines? Yeah, so it's like those. But then the other ones, that's where I have questions, because that's a new technology where they changes the composition of your RNA, your DNA to not have the virus infect you. That one, they rushed the research so much and funded it, where they skipped several years, and there's not been testing, because the testing is supposed to take decades, I think, until you really see side effects.
Yeah.
So that's the one they're giving old people first now. Because sadly enough, like they don't have enough years to live still to, probably if their side effects get it. But for us, I think, I don't know, I don't want to try the new one and in 30 years something happens to me and I grow a third arm,
We have to do it anyway, because if you want to travel, if you want to be on stage, they might.
So if they give me, I think it's AstraZeneca actually. If they give me AstraZeneca or the Russian one, that's fine. That's the one I'm used to as a child. That's the yeah.
We'll see. So you do it first, and then you tell me how it was.
You're not gonna do it now?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
It depends about the law. I mean, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
If you want to do a tour in Amsterdam, it's gonna be pretty strict, I think. But anyway, I think they're gonna open. They're looking at opening restaurants and terraces already at the end of this month. So.
Already, okay.
But they say that. They just say that all the time, and then there's a press conference. Yeah, another 30 days. Another 30 days.
Good change. Don't worry.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was nice to talk to you.
Definitely nice to catch up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely nice to catch up.
Yeah.
Good to hear that you've made some big changes actually.
Yeah.
And hopefully for the better.
I hope so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm seeing the photos, and it looks like you're in like a beautiful place. So yeah, it's a good
It's a small city, but when you see the space I have, I cannot complain.
No. By the way, lastly, like, did it feel like often when you are gonna move away from a major city, you have a lot of reservations in your head, like, no, I don't want this. I'm having fun here, or it's hard to like let go, right? When I think of the idea of leaving Amsterdam, for example, will be really difficult because
I know, but this is something you put in your mind, but
yeah. But then when you moved, like, how did you accept the fact, and are you really happy you did it now, or?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I was like, why did I stay in Paris so long? Like, why? For me, it was impossible to quit Paris. I was like, okay, I'm going to leave Paris for a small town. There is nothing to do around. It's beautiful, but I'm more like a kind of tourist here, visiting the city, because I didn't know the city. So it's very beautiful city from the south of France. So this is very beautiful. So I'm like a tourist. So I don't feel the pain of having left Paris at all. And I often go to Paris for work or anything else. And it's better like that, because I don't have to be in a small flat. I choose, for example, a hotel in the city, in a beautiful space. So when I go to Paris, I enjoy the city even more. And then I'm happy to go back in my place where I have 2 rooms and a place where I can work. Yeah. So it's not that expensive. So you can travel anytime, even with COVID. Well, you be careful, but you can travel anytime. It's not that expensive. So you have to cut the budget of the rental, and then you have a bigger place and you can travel.
That's perfect. That does sound perfect. I think, it's...
For the moment, I think I won't stay too long. I would like to move maybe in another country, like maybe in London. Yeah, London. Yeah. No,
but then, that's so expensive. Yeah, London is,
used to it.
You don't mind.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Never thought of any other. Yeah, I don't know. I always thought of like the States being a good, like, I never thought of living there, but it would be a good place to be like for a couple of months a year.
A couple of months, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think I could handle the country, honestly. Like, it's like, I don't know. It looks good on paper always, on the movies. That's it. But when you hear, I don't know, it's not ideal.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to know why you want to go there, what you want to see, what you want to learn, and then you go back to Europe. Well, it depends.
Well, anyway, good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck to you too.
And we'll definitely be in touch, and hopefully I look forward to your project. We're gonna, definitely promote it. You're one of my favorites, so that we've had. So
Thank you so much.
always gonna support you. So
Thank you. Always a pleasure to talk to you. And as I said, your concept is great. So I think you have a lot of things to do with the show.
appreciate it.
So keep going.
Thanks, and keep spreading the word.
Yeah, and you make the vaccine and you tell me how it was.
Ugh.
You test it for me.
Secretly, I'll wait for you to take it first, though.
So we'll see.
see.
We have to negotiate.
Awesome.
Okay.
Have a good day.
See you. Have a good day.